A trivial task.
Judging by the surroundings, these are the slums of Alushinira, Nocticula's capital city, the abode of beggars and vagabonds. It is impossible to descend any further, except into the waters of the ocean itself, where the bodies of the unfortunate are dumped. It's very nice. Oh, what is there? Oh, a buckler? The colorless one's remains. What the? Captain Kurtz became famous among the pirates of the Abyss after he slew the legendary monster called the Colorless One. Its monstrosity spawned from the calcified remains of Demon Lord Colifir. His body became an island, his blood became crystals, and the disgusting ichor that seeped through the isle's crags gave life to a monster, a crystalline ooze of mythic proportions. Silent and unseen, the creature slid through the waves of Ishiar, waiting for airships. When spotting prey, its tendrils shot out of the water like monumental pillars and shattered decks into splinters. A translucent slime engulfed the sailors' bodies and slowly dissolved them. The colorless one also attacked the border settlements, devouring everything in its path and leaving nothing except bloody ooze and acid-scarred buildings behind. No weapon or spell could overcome this beast. For Captain Kurtz, hunting the colorless one was a challenge. Stalking the beast in Ishiar for 3 years, he figured out that the colorless one regularly returned to Colofir to recover its strength and drink from springs tainted with the ichor of its progenitor. Kurtz set up an ambush next to one of such rivulets, catching the colorless one unaware. He gave a signal and the fire spells ignited, encircling the mound of predatory slime with an incendiary wall. The creature boiled, foamed and raged in the trap, but could not break out. The thing was dying, but too slowly. The fire magic ran its course, and the incendiary wall began to fade. The colorless one attacked, grabbing the pirates and devouring them one after the other. The outcome of the fight hung by a thread when a flaming arrow streaked through the sky. It was Rabbit Bitch, Captain Kurtz's airship, and was piloting her straight into the colorless one. Her sails and her hull were ablaze, lit by the pirate's steady hand. The captain himself stood at the helm. The burning vessel struck the pile of slime like a battering ram, and an explosion shook the island. The monster's chunks were tossed hundreds of feet away, where they were writhed helplessly and dried into crystalline powder. Wafts of poisonous smoke rose to the sky, and a toxic cloud swelled over the site of the explosion. And it was from that cloud that Captain Kurtz triumphantly emerged, much to the joy of his remaining crew, covered in burns and sores left by the caustic slime, but alive and victorious. The tale of his hunt became a legend among the denizens of the Abyss, and the colorless one became a small pile of crystallic refuse. However, it still retained a modicum of its terrifying power. Okay. Interesting. If you play an isometric RPG, you get to a new area. Always look at the back. There's usually something hiding there.
We do it my way.
Look around, another mortal. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting one of Alushinira's guests nowadays. What? Merchants, travelers, demonologists, every kind of filth.
Follow if you dare.
Are we seriously in a demonic city? Okay. In this strange abyssal realm, space itself sometimes behaves in weird, unexpected ways. By turning the camera due south, north, east or west, you can change the city itself around you, opening a new path. What? Whoa, that is immensely interesting. Cool. Well, okay. That's super cool.
That was easy.
The Abyss is chaos, and everything in it's constantly changing in both appearance and nature. Even the architecture of the city is in constant motion. This is the guiding principle of its design. Interesting. Whoa, how cool is that?
I'm off.
Hello there. That's a concept I've never seen in any game. Very interesting. I like it. Very much. Beggar, commoner. Climb the rooftop. Things to see in Alshanira, a pamphlet by Berzimbim Gimzepar. Alshanira attracts a great number of guests to the abyss with its captivating ambience and exotic delights. If you're planning to see the city by yourself and fully appreciate everything it has to offer to seasoned travelers, you absolutely must include the main sights of this wonderful place in your itinerary. 5 famous attractions in Alshanira: the Battle Bliss, the fabled combat arena, where you can watch battles unfurl between the most unimaginable creatures from the abyss and other planes, fights between infamous and demonic duelists, large-scale free-for-alls, slaughters of defenseless slaves. You can see it all. All you have to do is pick the time and the event. The flesh markets. A massive slave market of the richest variety that yours truly has ever seen with her own eyes. It offers first-rate quality product for all uses, be it for work, pleasure, sacrifices, or more sophisticated purposes. The 10,000 Delights. This house of passion and pleasure offers its services to all who seek carnal satisfaction. Guests are attended by true masters of their trade, who are so skilled that you just won't be able to leave, literally. So be careful about unleashing your lust and wildest fantasies, for half as many visitors ever leave the main gates of the 10,000 Delights as enter. A harem. You dream of witnessing abyssal political life? The harem is the civic center of Loshinira and the place where Nocticula's closest associate, Lady Shamira, currently presides. Enjoy this facility's magnificent architecture, as well as its exciting and fast-paced show trials. Nocticula's Palace. There is no question that the Palace of Midnight's Isle, Sovereign, is the #1 spot for any interplanar wanderer. The structure's grandeur, elegance, alluring grace, and imposing monumental scale are absolutely awe-inspiring. Truly, only in the abyss could these qualities have come together in a single architectural masterpiece. Alas, yours truly never got the chance to take a peek inside this gorgeous edifice. Will you, dear reader, perhaps have better luck? Below there is an addendum in a small print. Note: despite Lady Nocticula's orders that dissuade citizens from murderous excesses in public spaces, the city streets of Alshanira, particularly its dark alleys and seedy nooks and crannies, may present you with some unpleasant surprises. Given the possibility of these unfortunate developments, I would recommend having planar shifting spells prepared, or at least some means of teleportation to safety. This sounds like a very nice place to be. You need teleportation in order to survive certain encounters. Ah, I like this concept. Alrighty.
I do what I must. Ha! A trivial task. I'm gone.
This place is creepy, isn't it? Even by the city standards. I'd usually cast their eyes over the devastated landscape of the slums. But you know, believe it or not, one of my few good memories of the abyss is from this place. Will you tell me what happened? It was a bad day for me. I was hiding from some dangerous demons I owed money to, or rather, Now I come to realize that was just a low-grade street gang who must have been beaten up, or by someone stronger than since then. But back then they were a real threat to me. Their thugs have already made a hole in my side, and they were following my blood trail to finish what they started. I barely managed to find a quiet corner, some basement or shed, but it was already occupied by this tiefling. I was ready to flee, but he smiled and told me I could sit beside him. Usually smiles. I was probably acting like some skittish animal. I sat as far from him as I could, ready to stab him or make a run for it at any moment's notice, but he just gave me a healing potion and told me I could hide there as long as I needed. We started talking. He was a traveler from some other plane, not Golarion though. He was also hiding, though I don't remember from who now. He remained in that hideout for several days. He shared his food with me, some kind of pancakes, odd ones, spicy. I've never tried anything like that before. I thought he expected something from me in return. Well, you can guess what I thought he wanted, but he didn't lay a single finger on me. Instead of saying goodbye, he said, "Don't thank me, just pass it on." Back then I didn't get him at all. Only when I came to Dresden did I hear that phrase again and learned what it meant. What do you think the phrase means? It's like revenge, but turned around. A stranger does a good turn and doesn't demand payment, and in exchange you find another stranger and do them a good turn for free. It sounds odd. Demons wouldn't understand it. I barely understand it even now. But the main idea is to increase the good in the world, right? Yes. That's a noble goal. Did you ever meet him again? No, never. So, did you pass it on? You know, now that I think of it, I didn't. I've helped many people since then, of course, but all of them are mortals back on Golarion. I've never helped anyone in Alushinira, which means I still owe him a debt. Why don't you repay the debt right here and now? Now, but Arushili looks at the dirty streets and the even dirtier locals. You're right. Why not? Hey you, wait, hold on, don't run away. Just stay where you are. With a fast, determined pace, Arushili approaches the dirty, scab-covered Abricandilu. What you need? The demon's eyes dart around, seeking potential escape routes, but as soon as he realizes that no one is going to beat him up, he bares his teeth. You must, well... The succubus cringes under the little demon's glare and hastens to finish. You must need money, so here you go, take it. The Abricandilu snatches the pouch out of Aleshuli's hands and weighs it in his crooked and deformed palm. Ah, so what I gotta do? Stab someone? Towards something? Oh goodness, please don't. You don't have to do anything. This is simply for you, no reason. Pass it on. Succubus says the last words to the Abricandilu backs as he scurries off. Well, that's it, he's gone. I'm not even sure if there was any point in it at all. I bet he didn't even understand a thing. Congratulations, you may have just become the first demon in this neighborhood to ever give money to a beggar without reason. Something that might interest you or me is the question, is the money the same in Golarion as it is here? How did she get demon money? Or coins? What? It doesn't matter, you did as the traveler told you, and you're not responsible for whatever may happen next. Right, after all, it's not like the traveler comes after me asking if I've helped anyone yet. He just did me a good turn and went on his way. And I will do just the same. I don't know if I have really changed anything by giving gold to that poor wretch, but you know, I feel better now. And it's not because I repaid my debt to that traveler, it's just I did something for someone by myself. I didn't think, I just did it. Before I only knew word where everyone tried to devour each other, but now when I know what it feels like to help others, I can think of another word. World. A world where everyone helps. And it's an amazing thought. Maybe that's what Elysium is like? Maybe. Will we get to Elysium, maybe, in this game? A sturdy door locked and covered with frightening carved pictures. Where are the carved pictures? A group of dirty beggars in tattered clothes have gathered around a handsome young man with messy dark hair. The crowd is clearly hostile, but he doesn't seem to notice. He gives the beggars a charming smile, completely oblivious to the sharp shivs glinting in their hands. The young man has a glove puppet in his hand, a dragon made of rags. With buttons for eyes, he raises it up and begins to ventriloquize in a surprisingly deep voice. Hey, you lousy parasites, who's in charge here? The young man lowers his puppet and beams cheerfully. He addresses the crowd normally in a warm, friendly voice. My voice is going down. I would like to invite your leaders to a romantic dinner with candles and puppets. I'll pay for everything, of course. Do not interfere. Watch out, they might cut your throat. And I think they are very sweet people citizens. The beggars whisper among themselves. You manage to catch a few snippets of their conversation. He's crazy, leave him be, and what if he bites you? Before the crowd disperses, the young man jots something down in his notebook. What the heck? Okay. Trickery.
A trivial task.
To the rotten guttery. Oh, hello there. What is that? Is that a sort of tavern? Oh no, it's more of a warehouse. Interesting. Is this some sort of hidden warehouse?
There's something
What
here.
do we have here? Ay. Silver ingot, sapphire ring, ruby ring, gold embroidered carpet. Golden ingots, 12. Golden, what the? Garnet ring? It seems that we have found a hideout, maybe from thieves. Rainbow quartz, handful of gems. Ay, meteor dust. Well, this is a very nice establishment.
I found something!
Weapons, spells, poisons. The art of killing is so diverse these days. A shame one life is not enough to master them all.
Is that a trap? It might be a trap. I did it. It happens sometimes.
Composite short bow. Food, cheese, demon slayer soup. Lots of food. Where are we? Carved urn.
I can do
Yeah. Hello there. Well, this was a very useful endeavor. Well, thank you, whoever this belonged to. Sounds around you fade, and the world is plunged into eerie silence. Street noise never ceases in Elushinira, but even it has disappeared. You are surrounded by thick and impenetrable darkness, from which 3 pairs of shimmering eyes observe you. A sibilant whisper reaches your ears. Explain yourself. I am an inscrutable enigma. I like enigmas. Enigmas are fun to solve. Nesirios. I am Nesirios. I kill. The monster's whisper sounds more like an icy blast of wind than human speech. It is impossible to say whether it is boasting, threatening, or simply stating a fact. Minago the Lilithu purchased your death. Incomprehensible. You are immortal. Killing you is easy. Why did she not kill you herself? Why me? A trap? An opportunity? An enigma? Nesirios, what are you? There was a Fey Lord. There was an opulent court. There was a court executioner. The Lord was generous, gave the gift of death to many. Everything is different now. The Lord is overthrown, the court is disbanded. The executioner is gone. Now I am here, peddling death. You realize you are facing an Anku. These evil creatures have control over shadows and often serve powerful Fey lords as executioners and assassins. It is not surprising this creature makes a living in Al-Shanira as a killer for hire, now that its master is gone. And yet this Ankur looks unusual even for a Fey. The creature must have somehow become tied by blood to the demons during its journey through the abyss. Before us is a representative of the Fey class, Genus Anko. Born predators. Just look at the sharp teeth and claws, the latter of which contains traces of cold iron. It is unknown whether this is a genetic mutation or an artificial transformation during this individual's lifetime. Mr. Anko, would you be so kind as to submit one of your claws for scientific analysis? A friendly piece of advice. Pipe down while you're still alive. The claws are my property. If you want them, then buy them. The price is my death. Ah, consent for an autopsy, even better. She shifts her gaze to you. What are we waiting for? Baphomet punished Minago. She lost her powers. Now I understand. Minago is weak, weaker than the mortal. She bought your death. I will kill you. Then I will kill her free of charge. I want to kill Lilithu. Minago sent you to your death. I've laid waste to armies of demons. You cannot hope to overpower me. Minago's afraid of you. Why? Something is wrong. The monster lapses into puzzled silence. Minago is not a lord, just a client. The deal can be terminated, but there is a condition. Reputation. A cheated customer means you ruined reputation. Kill Minago. No client, no contract, no problem. We have a deal. Oh, you know what? I kind of like Minago. Die. You are eager to give death. Generals. Do mortals have lords? I think not. But you could be a lord. There is greatness in you. I will give you a gift. If you fend off death at my hand, if you give me death, then Minago's death is yours by right. A house in the lower city appears in your mind, disappears after a moment, and a dry chuckle breaks the silence. Now you know, but this knowledge is useless. My gift to you was useless. You will die now.
We are the light. They
Minago
are
in
the
our
darkness.
hideout. Alrighty. How do I get up there? So that one lowers. That one doesn't lower enough. Yeah, that's not nearly enough. Okay. The flow of lava rushing through Al-Shanira to the ocean originates from somewhere at the very top of the city. To the Bad Luck Tavern. Okay.
We do it my way. Interesting. I am never wrong.
This ring allows casting an improved version of prismatic spray once per day, 17th level wizard. The wearer can recharge this ring by consuming spells, which is some of their levels must be equivalent to at least 9. Whoa, 7,500 worth. Outside? Ay, ay, ay.
That was easy. Ha! A trivial task. Follow if you dare.
Ledger. Most of the book's pages have been torn out. Of the remainder, only the top one is covered in writing. Receipts. Brew? Too expensive. Better get the stuff that's gone slightly bad. Absent for important guests and waste on regular clients. Broth drained from the best, the 10,000 delights, 2 buckets. Smells of meat. Add some salt and pepper, then serves as chef special. Meat from the Hezarus stock, 4 sacks. No more Hezaru runs. The second to last rotten meat hunter never came back. Roots, 2 sacks. Find new diggers, these ones can't dig for shit. Shan spices, half a bucket. Use sparingly. Add to drinks and snacks, that way more clients will come back for another dose. Ah, spice. Obi-Wan does not approve. Payments. Beer from the material plane, 6 barrels. Should order some more, it tastes like piss, but the guests from the material plane drink it like there's no tomorrow. Last year's beef, 3 sacks. Easily get rid of the smell with garlic and mustard. Vegetable from groom's store. Make him either drop the price or water his pitches with some different fill. The clients are unhappy seeing a blue carrot in their soup. Shan's spices. I need to rip the chef's head off for using so much of it. It's not salt, for fuck's sake. Rotten cheese. Was a big hit with the locals. Should order more. Need to ask them to add more maggots next time. What the? There's a flying horse next to... winged horse. Next to you, do you care? Mighty Borgas. A wrinkled demon with broken fangs and a missing eye stands before you. Oh, he has a missing eye. The eye socket is occupied by a large, squirming, multi-legged insect. Yet it seems not to cause the demon any discomfort. He greets you with venom in his tone. Welcome to the bad luck. I'm Borgas, the innkeeper. Our establishment upholds a high standard of service, in that it's better to eat and drink here instead of a ditch. Sleep here at your own risk. Drown the rest of your life in cheap swill, or purchase goods of the highest quality and dubious origin. Upon giving your entourage an appraising look, the demon adds in a silken voice, we accept payments in gold and slaves. Dirty floor, terrible booze, clientele of scoundrels, each one more dreadful than the last, and an innkeeper who's a crook and probably a creep. Oh, the perfect venue to celebrate our arrival in this godforsaken place. Who wants to keep me company and maybe entertain the other patrons with a few Crusader songs? I doubt they've heard them before. Where can I find Nocticooler? The demon goggles, then bursts into deafening laughter. Tiny bugs fly out of his maw, wiping away bloody tears, and giggling he grabs a particularly nimble insect and tosses it back down his gullet. Can find her in the palace, mortal. Thing is, she won't see you anyone. She won't just see anyone. The last person who had the nerve to show up and invited, who now lives in the catacombs, and everyone calls him Scrap. Care to guess why? I don't know who you think you are, but you will not be allowed onto her doorstep until she invites you herself, and to receive an invitation from Nocticooler, you've got to be an influential and renowned figure in Alushinira. Or you could do something to piss her off. Sometimes those two things are one and the same. How do I earn an invitation from Nocticooler? The demon shrugs. Your chances are slim, but you look cocky, so you could try the gladiator fights in Battle Bliss. Everybody loves a good butcher. The dirtier and bloodier you fight, the more respect you'll earn. Only fools fight fair, so you must prove you know the way of the fighter's craft. The crowd will love you if you torment the loser before finishing them off. Make them shriek, squeal, and beg for death. And then you can count on having the fight of your life. You will face an Ahindrian League champion. Your death will be a symphony of suffering the audience will forever remember. Most can only dream of such a fate. You can cozy up to someone in the upper city. The more influential your patron, the more respect you will be shown. Just remember that in Alushinira, only most skilled predators make it to the top, like Lady Valexia. More often than not, their offer of friendship is an introduction to their intrigues, and they will get into your head, twist your thoughts, make you hate yourself, and make you destroy everything you ever loved with your own hands. That's their idea of fun. If you know how to, shall we say, solve problems, you could try to get under Shamira's wing. She presides over the harem of ardent dreams in the Middle City and rules Alushanira. Lady Nocticuda does not stoop to such trifles herself. Commanding the city is dirty, bloody work, and Shamira is always in need of capable assistance, especially since she changes them as soon as they start to reek of her dark deeds. Walk through the slums. Everyone you will see there tried to climb higher but fell into a trap. There are plenty of warnings and their incoherent ramblings. Should we do that? I mean, seriously. We are a winged angel with a halo and a crusader uniform. I mean, I'm the commander of the Golarion Crusaders. Show some respect. So you're a big deal on Golarion. So what? This may come as a surprise, but Crusaders don't have much authority in the Abyss. Here, everything you see sees you as an outsider with a doubtful past. If you want to carry any weight here, you'll have to build up your reputation. Tell me the latest rumors. The demon pours a shot of liquor that smells of blood and bitter ash. No problem. Have a drink and we'll talk. 500 gold. Deal. The demon observes your face with obvious interest. The liquor stings and fills your mouth with a foul taste of salt and rotten fish. What do you want to know? And that's a story for another episode, because my voice right now is dying. I need a couple moments of pause. It's interesting, this Alushanira.